University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards and, of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go. Monday show, December 23rd. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Good afternoon. Glad to be with you guys, man. It's last show as a collective, man, before the holidays. So, let's make it a good one. Let's have some fun. It's Festivus. It's Pete and Maz love so much due to their Seinfeld tie. So, I'm excited, man. I think we're going to have a great show. Lions got another W. And it's an interesting week in sports. So, I'm here to talk.
KG, Pete Spivak here as well. Intern Maria, how you guys all doing today?
Hey, doing good. How you doing, Maria?
Doing great.
Great. Feeling great, Lewis.
KG ain't doing good. He's 3-4 with his picks.
Man, don't worry about me. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Hey, can you turn your little screen? You want to turn your little screen?
Yeah, I'll turn my little screen, man.
Nobody
can see you anyway.
No one don't need to see me.
Tom Mazaway, good afternoon to you, my friend.
What's up, Ryan? Hey,
You,
Brian,
baby.
everybody. What's going on? Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus
I got a lot of problems
for the
with
rest
you
of us.
people.
What's wrong with you?
That's part of the Festivus.
I
thing.
understand. The airing of grievances.
Yes, I can air grievances.
What are your grievances? Share them with us.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Here,
Check our
I got
time.
the poll, Tom.
Seinfeld
Tom, I got the
tonight's
poll.
gonna
I
be
got
fun.
the Seinfeld poll, guys. Set
There
the
you
poll.
go.
I forgot to mention, Ryan, tonight I'm
Tinsel's
paused,
distracting.
blowing the horn. The Red Wings game tonight. So
are? Get outta
100%. So, long time Red Wings fan, my whole career, my whole life. So, love the Red Wings to get a chance to, to don this honor is dope.
Dude,
It's
that's
kinda cool, man,
amazing.
for sure.
You got to get video of that.
Oh, that's some video. I'm pretty sure PR people for the Red Wings and put some stuff up. We can kind of steal it and put it on ours.
The Michigan Sports Hall of Fame horn blower, pause, Braylon Edwards.
Now I'm a horn blower. Great, all that work. Now I'm a horn blower. It's been a long year, man. Like so much has happened. Like for all of us in this year, man. It's kind of crazy. I was talking to somebody. It was like, you saved a life this year. I was like, oh shit, excuse me.
When you think about that, this has been a unique year.
Yeah.
I mean, from Braylon Edwards saving a life to the political climate we were in all year long.
From start to finish.
It has been an incredible year, 2024.
I forgot the draft was here.
You're right.
The whole draft was
I
here.
forgot it was here until you just told
all
me.
type of records. I got a chance to see Maz's daughter down there.
Lily
working.
was there.
It was a lot of fun, but it's been a long, long year. A lot of good stuff has happened though. So yeah, very thankful for this year as we get close to Christmas.
Tom Mazaway, how are you, bud?
I'm doing all right, man. Hey, I was happy to see my Lions again yesterday. And again, we got screwed yesterday as far as games on TV. Instead of giving us the Minnesota and Seattle game.
Couldn't believe it.
You give us the New England game.
Couldn't
Come
believe
on,
it.
man.
That was horrible.
That's disgusting.
Couldn't believe it.
That was pissed.
I almost spent the $49 to buy the freaking package,
But
I held out and didn't do it.
The Vikings-Seahawks
job, man.
game was a Fox game.
Yeah,
It's not.
I understand.
Why you don't have doubleheader days every weekend, I will never
Both
understand.
stations should have them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I was
Fox
confused.
and CBS should have doubleheader days every Sunday. And the fact that you don't have a doubleheader day every Sunday is criminal.
You know what I did at the 4 o'clock games? I couldn't follow it. After the Washington came back and beat Philly, I was so excited. I'm ready for the next game, and I see we only got the Buffalo game. I wound up watching Point Break again for like the 35th time. And I kept looking at my phone to see what the score was.
Shout out to Keanu Reeves in that one. We
hell with it, man.
We got played. My dad has CP. We were at my mom's house. We ate over there. Shout out to my mom. Dinner was amazing yesterday, by the way. Kudos to you and Jay. But we go over there after the Lions game going, I have an NFL package due to the NFL. Like, they give me some NFL premium package. So it's on my phone. It's an app. But it's very similar to the YouTube TV app that my dad had.
Yeah.
So YouTube Live TV. So we had the same games that we could see. I'm like, all right, Dad, don't worry about it. I'll stream the Vikings and Seahawks game. I'll save us. Yeah, BS, it was on my phone too. All I could do was hear it. They gave me the option for the radio on my phone to hear him. And then on Dad's, he has the YouTube TV, so it's like you, man, where you got to buy the game.
Yes.
I think the game was like $19.99. I was like, nah, no thank you.
Unbelievable, man.
Come on, man.
And then even the night game, you play the Cowboys and the Bucks, no offense to Tampa, but that was a big
That was a hell of a game.
Big loss by, I just had no interest in it.
I know.
I
had
no
it on his
interest.
background, but the more I kept hearing it, Dallas, man, came to play. Baker played his heart out, as always. But Dallas's defense, especially that secondary, they were a bunch of thieves, man.
No
they were
doubt.
stealing footballs. They were winning the battle between the wide receiver.
Since Micah
and
Parsons
the
got
safeties.
hurt and Dak Prescott got hurt at the same time, and they started to have to patchwork that defense, maybe a little before, their defense has played much better
Very
than they
much.
did the better half of the year. That's why you see Jerry Jones, who everybody's trying to figure out why the hell is he skipping after the game and the loss in which you guys have, or a win, but which you guys got eliminated. Their defense looks a lot better, and if I was Jerry Jones praying on another year, that defense looked like it might be something to go into the next offseason with.
I'll make a prediction. Mike McCarthy is coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah, 100%.
He's had 3 12-5 seasons, and he had this bad season. You got to bring him back.
Hard to argue.
Yeah, it's also money.
Yeah.
Like, because if you fire Mike McCarthy, the going rate for an NFL quarterback, head coach right now is 7.5,
Yeah.
8,
He's getting
maybe
half
9,
that.
100%. So if you fire him, be ready. The next guy you bring in is going to have to make double what McCarthy makes.
ain't
So,
firing
and
him.
100%.
And you got to eat Jerry Jones's. You know what?
Yeah, I'm
If
good
you're,
on
not,
that.
if you're not ready for that, that ain't the job. For
Mike
you.
McCarthy is their best option at head
He is.
coach.
He's not a bad coach.
It
When
works all the way around.
Absolutely.
He's a bad coach.
Guys, but we're here to talk little Detroit Lions. A 34-17 win yesterday in Chicago. 5-0 in the division. A franchise record 13th win in a single season. Also, 7 road wins in a single season. That also is a franchise record.
7-0, by the way.
This team really, I think, needed to come out yesterday and quiet all of the doubters. And I don't care how good or bad or indifferent Chicago is to 2024. That was a whipping yesterday. The score did not indicate to me how bad that game was. Lions jump out to a 20-0 lead, and the rest is history.
I love how you said whipping. Yeah, that country, that South sound on the whipping, very strong. 100%. And this is the victory they had to have. This is what we talked about, Ryan, on Fox last week. This is what we talked about all last week in the show, Maz. It wasn't just about beating the Chicago Bears team. Yes, Caleb Williams has played much better this season. Looks like he's the guy. Yes, they have some defensive talent over there, and they tend to play well on defense. But this team is a team that's already melded in. They don't have a coach. They're not a collective as we speak right now. Detroit, you had to go into that game, and you had to show me what you could do on offense. And defense, I needed to see something too. And that's what you got. Defense, you got turnovers. When was the last time we've seen turnovers? Like, I saw 2 turnovers. I was like, oh, my God. Like,
No interceptions, though.
Like, but still turnovers.
Yeah.
100%. We'll get to that. But still turnovers nonetheless. You turn the ball over. You really take the soul of the team you're playing. And then on offense, they showed you what they could do. Jahmyr Gibbs, he cracked the 3-digit mark with 109 yards rushing. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the new duo for this team. They play well as a tandem. And Jared Goff, the guy that can't play outside. The guy that can't play when it's cold outside. The guy that has it. No, this is a guy that threw for 336 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, this is what the win was supposed to look like all the way around, and you got some players back. KG, you talked about Melifonwu. Like, it was exciting to see him back. So this is what it should look like. And I think the Detroit Lions have kind of put a lot of fans in this town, and a lot of pundits around the nation at peace with saying, no, it's still them and the Chiefs.
I got mad only once during the game, and it was the late first half.
Under a
touchdown.
minute to go.
Under a minute to go, you cannot let that
Terrion
happen.
Arnold.
You can't let Keenan Allen do that to you. You can't let these. I mean, what else do you expect him to do?
Fair enough. Can I just say
Check him on the line.
Can I just say one thing about that?
Yeah.
Here's why I will look at that as a moment in time and not a bigger indicator of something worse, is because it was Terrion Arnold and not like a Kendall Vildor or something like that. Like, Terrion Arnold will fix that. He has the talent to fix that. He has not done that all year long. You have not seen that from him, not even one time this year. So I will look at that as a moment in time, a lapse that will get corrected and will not happen again. If that's a lesser player that's out there because of injury, then I might have a little bit more concern about it. But because it was him, because of the year he's had, because I think he'll be better from that. And it didn't hurt him in the game. I agree with you, but all encompassing, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Can I say a piece on why you're right? Maz, you know what happens a lot of times when you're a rookie? When you're a rookie, sometimes when you're lined up on certain individuals, it doesn't matter about what the time of the game is. It doesn't matter what the situation is in the game. Sometimes you get caught up in being a rookie, and you get caught up. Keenan Allen is one of the best wide receivers that's played over the last 8-9 years. Terrion Arnold definitely knows who Keenan Allen is.
He owns the Lions.
100%. So in that moment, I guarantee you, he forgot what the down was. He forgot that he could be susceptible to a double move, and he just locked in on – and he forgot. He had a rookie moment. He got excited in the moment. But like you said, with Aaron Glenn as the secondaries coach – with Aaron Glenn as the defensive coordinator and being a guy that's seen him before, you know they had that conversation in the locker room at halftime, and he was going to dial back in. So sometimes you get caught up in the moment. You know, Keenan Allen's one of those really good wide receivers that, this is an opportunity to do something on one of those guys. So KG – he went forward and, he got cooked. It happens.
No, I wanted to ask you because I heard it may have been a miscommunication between him and whoever the safety
probably
was
iffy.
Okay, no, I just wanted to ask Braylon, though. Could it have been a miscommunication?
Why didn't you want to ask me?
Oh, well, you right. One guy played in the NFL, so my bad, Ryan. My bad.
Yeah, if he's calling plays now for if he's in there, sometimes you get miscommunication. If he's back first time in being in that situation, and then like, hey, look, if you want to mess around at the line, you can. I got you on over top. And if that doesn't get communicated and that's what you think it is, he's thinking he has over top help, maybe Iffy Melifonwu, and he doesn't. So he jumped around, and that could be what it was.
I will tell you this. It kind of gave me a little shake because I remember Thanksgiving. I was there. And the Lions left so many points on the board. And then, of course, the Bears dominated the second half. And the Bears did go up and down the field in that second half again. And Caleb Williams – it's very elusive. I mean, see how close they got to getting him every single time. And the guy escapes. And the guy, I'm telling you, man, I still think that he's going to be a very good quarterback. I know you guys are down on him. But Ryan's down on him. But I believe that he's going to be one of the good ones.
And he very well may be. I just don't know if it's going to happen for him in Chicago. They just have never figured it out. I think Eric Kramer is their all-time franchise leader in passing still. Yes.
Eventually they got to get it right?
Well, yeah.
They got to get the right coach.
Eventually, and we'll see.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
There's a lot of talent over there.
There is. But again, how many times have you seen a lot of talent in different places and it just doesn't work out?
Look how long it took the Lions.
Organizationally, they're just not there. I mean, when you've got a president in Kevin Warren who is saying no to Jim Harbaugh because of a grudge that he holds when he was at the Big Ten, and when you have a person in positions like that hold grudges, you can't run a business like that.
Right.
You just can't. So what else are you doing? That's not just a one-off situation. What else are you doing to sabotage your own organization for your own ego? That's all that is, to me anyway.
As Lion fans,
fine.
We lucked out.
Right.
We lucked out for them getting the coaching staff that they had.
No doubt.
Because that's a team that could have been very competitive this year.
No 100%. It's crazy. Their defense is better last year than it is this year.
If you look at the Lions' defense, though, guys, I mean, I think there was a bit of a freak out. In their first 12 games this season, the Lions held their opponents to 16.9 points per game. In the next two games, it was 39.5 points per game. And I think that was the freak out, right? That was the freak out. Braylon, you alluded to the fact that there was a lot going on in those two games. But yesterday you come back and you hold the Bears to 17 points. And much of that was, they were trying to play catch-up all day long. So that's where the yardage comes into it, in my opinion. But 17 points. You should win the game, and I think that was a really good job by the Lions defense yesterday. A couple of turnovers, couple of pressures. They did a nice job against Caleb yesterday.
Yeah, in those two games, you look at when the Lions jumped up to 39.8 points a game, it was a couple of things. One, you had a lot of injuries that happened in those 2 weeks. I mean, you pretty much depleted your defensive line. You're trying to pack work that. You're missing a DB as well. So and then offensive linemen as well. So when you look at that number, really is how bad the defense was in that particular spot. And then also, the two teams that you played were the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills. Last time I checked, those teams were damn good. So it was just one of those situations. This week, they got some players back, most notably Iffy Melifonwu and KG. We keep talking about that's your guy. They got him back, got some guys back on that defense, and they looked a lot better. They were able to address some issues. Remember, Dan Campbell, he didn't say it was about injuries why they lost. to the Buffalo Bills. It was some plays, and it was some schematics that they needed to clean up. They cleaned those things up, and they attacked this game much differently. Most notably, getting those fumbles, getting those turnovers.
Hey, 13 wins for the first time in franchise history. They have not lost on the road. They're the only team that has not lost on the road this year. They're still unbeaten against the NFC North. They're really a fantastic team, well coached, and these players have all bought in. And even with 22 guys injured, yesterday was a nice, clean game. I was like shocked. I'm like, wow, there hasn't even been a timeout where an injured player has to limp off the field. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
We got away with one yesterday. Finally, maybe the sports injury football gods are going to shine some light on us for once. Maybe. I hope so, because we're definitely due for it.
Yeah, 13 wins is tough. I just wanted to talk about that for 2 seconds, before we jump back into the game. Like 13,
let's not overlook that.
13 wins is a tough thing to accomplish. 12 wins is hard. Last year you accomplished 12 wins. You go 12-5. Had a couple opportunities last year, but hey, that was last season. You're at 13 wins a year later. Like, to be at 13 wins with everything that this team has had to endure, whether it's injury, whether it's whatever. To be at 13 wins with 2 games left in the season, man, it's a true testament to what Dan Campbell said he wanted to build here. He said he wanted to build the pillars here. He said he wanted to be grit. He says it was going to take 3 years. He said we'll do it the right way, as well as Brad Holmes. So 13 wins. Like, I got to 11, twice, and 11 is a lot of wins. 11 seems like a lot of wins until you realize 11, you probably don't close your division. At 11, you probably don't give your the best chance to win the NFC or AFC title. 13 wins? Coming off a 12-win season, this is the type of things that Super Bowl winning coaches and coaches that you start to put in that category, they do.
And talking about the head coach, here's Dan Campbell talking about just keeping it simple, going back to the basics, and really putting the foot on the throat of the Chicago Bears.
The 2 most important things for me was I wanted to see us play Detroit football, and I wanted to win. That was it. I gave no other stipulations. Now we have all the, offensively, defensively, we have the keys to victory over that. But basically, that's what I saw. I just wanted to see our identity take shape, and I wanted to win this game, and we did that. So now we're back on our feet. Everything needs to be involved to get the whole person and the whole player. So I love where we're at. We got a lot to clean up, but we have a resilient group, and like I said, every game may be like today was. And what I mean by that is it may not be the cleanest. We just got to win. We just got to win and get more efficient at winning with where we're at. And so this was a good step that way.
And that's all that matters, right? I mean, that you have one more point on the scoreboard than the other team. That's all that matters.
The penalties, you got to clean those up, like he was saying. That's
obviously, and especially the silly penalties. And we can go ahead and talk about this right now. I didn't want to talk about it in the first segment, but
you don't have to.
You might as well do it. Jameson Williams, I love this kid. I absolutely love him. He cannot with the personal fouls anymore, but
I don't even know what he did.
Well, he threw the ball at the player's feet.
Tariq Stevenson, and
that goes back to Thanksgiving and all that. But I don't know if anybody saw 2 points about this on the broadcast. Dan Campbell grabbing him, pulling him in close, and coaching him. I'm not going to say yelling at him.
30 seconds.
I'm not going to say yelling at him because he wasn't yelling at him. He was coaching him hard.
Yep.
And even more importantly than Dan Campbell coaching him was, did you see the way that conversation ended? Jameson Williams took the coaching. And I just don't think you may take that for granted, but when you got a 22, 23-year-old kid, today's kid, not when you were 23 or the way it was when we were younger, a 22, 23-year-old kid does not take coaching or somebody talking to them sternly quite like Jameson Williams did yesterday. And I think you've got to give him credit for that. Not only that, but obviously coming back and catching the 82-yard touchdown pass. And he got right back in there. It didn't bother him at all. But I just thought that whole situation, all-encompassing situation, was so well done on all parts. And that is, you talk about culture. That's what the culture is right there. You screw up. You're accountable for it. You come back, heads in the game, and you make plays. That's what the culture of the Detroit Lions is.
That was a beautiful moment. between Dan Campbell and Jamison Williams. It was a beautiful moment for people to watch at home, to see how this thing can look, how it can be. You know what else was a beautiful moment? When it happened with Antoine Randall 2 weeks ago. It was another beautiful moment when he did that. You know what else was a beautiful moment? When Dan Campbell has gone to the podium how many times to defend Jamison Williams? I have been the most supportive person of Jamison Williams on the show. Is that fair to say, Ryan?
Yeah, besides me.
Absolutely.
Well, you weren't on the show when he first got drafted.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I've been the most supportive person. I've always told you, give him the benefit of the doubt. You see what this is, blah, blah, blah. This can't keep happening. And the reason why it can't keep happening is because Dan Campbell has to go to the podium yet again to defend his guy yet again. Jamison Williams has now been on the team 3 years. He's now been in enough big-time games. He's now been in enough big-time moments. He's had enough happen to him that you got to be able to see when your coach goes to the podium for you and he's lobbying on your behalf, you can't come out and then have another instance or another instance. And I understand what happened in the Chicago Bears game on Thanksgiving Day. I understand what happened. Look, you get into the emotions, things like that. Old boy was on some BS the whole time. But at some point, your head man can't keep going to the podium for you. He can't keep going and say, I got his back. And he's not doing anything egregious, but it's the fact that how many other players on this Detroit Lions team is Dan Campbell having to defend, 3-4 times a year? So that's where I think I need Jamison Williams to help his team out, help his guy out, that he doesn't have to worry about number 9 because there are other pressing matters that will happen at the end of the year, especially once you get into the playoff. Nothing crazy, just help your guy out.
Here's after the game, Stacey Dales with Jamison Williams.
Lions receiver Jamison Williams, you and I talked on the phone this week, right? Leading up, and I was like, you're going to have a monster day. You didn't need me to tell it, but that was smash mouth. What'd that feel like?
It felt awesome, coming out here, having a big game, getting a big win. That's the most important thing, getting the win. We just on to the next. We got Monday night versus San Fran, so we really focus on that. We're going to get a couple of days off. It's Christmas this week. Spend some time with your family. Happy holidays to everybody,
And you gave us a holiday gift. You were flying on the 82-yard touchdown. That's a career high for you.
Yeah.
Take us through that play and your speed.
It's really we waiting on the safety. If he got to choose, we got to cross it for him. If he bite on the crosser or if he flat-footed, my quarterback got to trust him. He gonna throw it up, and that's what he did. I just got to make the play. That's it.
Are you aware of Antoine Randall L? Actually, I have it here for you.
He turned up. Yeah, coach. Yeah, coach. I ain't know nothing about that, though. I ain't see that. I ain't know nothing about that.
He was chasing you down the sideline. What's it like seeing your receivers coach, a guy who played in the league, the way he did, celebrate you like that?
That's big, man, because, we look for explosives in our offense. Yeah. And, it got to come. I ain't going to say it got to come to our room because our running backs, our tight ends, even our quarterback can get it for us. Explosives kind of win the game for you. So that's one of the plays, it was early, and I guess he, gave the team the juice. You see coach, you see everybody on the sideline. So it was big for us.
It was so impressive. You said you guys would be next man up without David Montgomery. Such a loss, J-Mo, for now. But how do you feel about the way you guys ran the ball and guys like you just took over in this game to put those points up on the board?
I feel like we still had a good game. Rushing, we still had 100 yards. I don't know what our average is per game, but I feel like that's a great game for us. We played 3 running backs, 4 I think. So like I said, coach got his faith in his guys, and he know that our running back room, everybody is talented. So with Demo being down, it's just another man up, and he's gonna make the play.
You said biggest piece on the board, Jared Goff, to me this week. Why has he been so calming for your offense?
I mean, you just see what he just did today. 336 yards, 3 touchdowns. He put up, I don't know how many points we had, 475 yards of offense. He did that. We just working with him.
Keep it going. Enjoy the win. Thanks for stopping.
Thank you.
I'm a 45-year-old man, married, 2 kids. The hair on the back of my neck stands up when I hear this kid talk. I mean, and that Antoine Randall L moment was,
right.
I mean, that's what sports is all about. You got this guy that played in the league 9 years, Super Bowl champion, coaches him real hard. It's like your kid out there. He does something good, and you're so proud of him, and you share that moment with him. I'm glad Stacey Dale showed Jamison Williams that clip of Antoine Randall L. I mean, if you don't love this player, if you don't love this team, That ain't his fault. It
Thank
ain't.
That's
Thank
a
you,
huge
Ryan.
deal.
I'm telling you.
Speaking the gospel. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, it's just incredible.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and this team has stayed with him. He's been a great kid the whole time. Just, you know, finding that finality he has to do, but he is. And I think what's so great about that moment, what her showing him is you got a authentic, genuine reaction from him. So the fans at home can see what Coach Miranda means to him, see how and tight knit this team is. So that moment was dope. And James, you got to send your hat out to him. I mean, that boy was booking on that play. Great play.
Pretty darn cool, man.
How about Jared Goff? And I know we got time to talk about him, but when it comes down to it and the MVP vote comes down, he'll probably be 5th or 6th. And it's just because, I don't know, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves.
Yep.
To me, what he does every week for this team, that's, to me, an MVP. He is the leader of this team. Listen to J-Mo throwing his stats out, throwing his quarterback stats out. Listen to Detroit, how they've, even at the Red Wing game tonight when Braylon is going to be there, you're going to hear Jared Goff chants. I don't get it, really. I know Saquon's having a great year. Lamar's having a good year every year. Someone even brought up Jalen Hurts. I almost threw up when I heard Jalen Hurts' name come up.
Not
This
even.
guy,
If you're going to give an Eagles player the MVP,
Right.
it's Saquon Barkley.
right,
Yeah.
Josh Allen, well, he looked like a doofus yesterday. This guy, he has a bad game against Houston. They still win that game because he just stayed in the game and kept him in the game. He's had one bad game to me. I'm not even calling Houston a bad game. It was the Tampa Bay game. That was it. Other than that, he's playing MVP football.
By the way, Jared Goff, third quarterback in NFL history to produce at least 4,000 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 70% completion percentage, and a 110 passer rating through his first 15 games. You're talking about the third in history.
Pretty good.
Pretty darn
Pretty
good.
good.
Pretty darn
And by the way, his
good.
team's 13-2.
Jared Goff has produced 5 games this season with a 70% plus completion percentage, a 135 passer rating, and 2 touchdown passes, ties him for the most such games in NFL history. History. NFL, not in 2024. In NFL history. Jared Goff has produced 70-plus completion percentage in 6 road games this season.
He can't play in the cold.
Right.
That's what they said. He can't play in the cold.
Maz was told.
I was told that. I think Neil told me.
Yeah.
He can't play in the
These
cold.
aren't franchise records. This is NFL history.
That's funny. Yet he will not even come close to winning the MVP.
Let me ask you a
And
question.
that's fine, because what do you say about
I
award?
couldn't care less
Who gives
about
a damn?
awards.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. This isn't me trying to be, rain on the parade or anything like that. It's just a real question. Who do you want him to jump in front of? Saquon Barkley is in danger of breaking Eric Dickerson's records, which lasted for 40 years.
Well, if
do
you
you
give
want
it-
him to supplant Josh Allen,
Yes.
who just came in here and beat you? I understand, man, but just came into Detroit, put up a hell of a day, and beat you. And oh, by the way, they're second in the AFC.
Patriots almost beat them yesterday.
And, okay. Who
Last
else?
place team.
The Bills. Who are their offensive skill players? You gonna give James Cook all that credit?
I don't care.
Exactly.
He's having a great year.
I would say this.
Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson's numbers almost have never been done before, especially look over a 2-year period. So I'm not saying Jared Goff isn't ridiculous, but I'm saying, Larry, you're getting mad he's not supplanting those 3 numbers.
The only guy I'd put in front of him right now is Saquon Barkley. That's it.
Here's
Not Josh Allen.
Here's about that though. Saquon
But
Barkley.
they're 12-3.
I put Lamar in front of Goff.
Because this has been such a quarterback-driven award.
Yeah.
If Saquon Barkley to me is the MVP. He has completely changed that team. I just don't know if he'll get it because
He's a running back.
it is an exclusive quarterback award now. For my money, I mean, you could take any. If Buffalo doesn't have Josh Allen, are they?
No.
Right.
If Baltimore
defense
doesn't
is-
have
that
Lamar
defense is
Jackson, are
horrible.
they? No.
They normally-
if Detroit doesn't have Jared Goff, are they? No.
No.
Maybe.
No.
But they
Unless they
normally
had Baker
give it-
Mayfield.
They normally give it to the best player on the best team,
Yeah.
and that would be the Lions at this point. They're the best team in the NFC, and Goff is quarterback.
Either way, I hate talking about the MVP because
Guess
It's
what?
such a
Dan
nothing
Campbell ain't going to
award
win
me.
Coach of the Year either.
Hey, and
He's not.
And
Kevin
don't
O'Connell
and don't
might.
sleep because somebody else just might get into this MVP Deservingly so, if his team makes the playoffs.
Joe
100%.
I think
Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Dang, man.
Yep.
He won't make the playoffs.
Because of the 2 losses that happened last week,
My kid
destiny.
last night, Dad, can Joe Burrow win the MVP? I don't think so, honey. Why? She almost broke down into cry. She loves Joe Burrow. Why? Why isn't he the MVP? I'm like, is this not his year?
Guys, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take you inside the Lions locker room. More Dan Campbell and his, this guy just, he hits the notes correctly every single time. Also want to talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown. It feels like he's having an off season. It feels like he's just not having, absent sometimes. Maybe overshadowed, what have you. His numbers against some of the best receivers in the league, right up there. We'll talk about him, the dynamic duo that is the Detroit Lions. But first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And they want you to always remember that it's fitness that fits into your budget. They're not trying to break the bank. They're just trying to get you in shape. With over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, that's how they're going to do it. It's the cleanest gym in the state because they feature squeaky clean gym. Not a lot of people can say that. And then also, they have trainers for every membership that you may get. So look, they got guys and people that are willing to train you and get you right to wherever you want your body fitness to be. And then the last thing, it's home of the judgment-free zone. Nobody's judging you. You come in, you do it your own way at Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
And we have 1800 Tequila, the official tequila of Woodward Sports Line watch parties and post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila in Woodward Sports every Lion game, live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township, and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila, the proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best taste in tequila. But remember to drink responsibly.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team are going to pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs.
Wow.
It's $5,000 right off the top. Call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242. You can check him out online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number, 248-290-8242, to make your dreams come true.
Hey, gang, let me tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Sit back, relax, enjoy a $20 haircut special, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of that $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome.
Great job. Great job. Here's what's crazy is at some point, we're going to look back and say, man, we just got 13 wins, franchise record. Detroit Lions, never done this before in the history of this franchise. We're going to be able to look back and say that. But not yet. Not yet. Because you know what we got to do next week? We got to win, man. We got to win. But you know what we said? Play Detroit Lions football. We did that and get the W. You guys did that. And we may roll it all the way down the table just like this. You find a way to win the game. And we found a way to win the game. We lean on each other, and we use all parts. All right? That's a good job, man. I got one game ball. I don't even know the stats. Critical. Great job, St. Brown. No, it's you. Here we go.
Let's keep going, man. Like you said, let's keep going. Love y'all.
Good. Man, everything we got goes into San Fran. Everything we got, man. Great win. Break it out.
Yeah, work it out, Waymo.
Hey, big win today. You know, we got to keep stepping, keep going forward, never backwards. Gang on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, what just happened in that locker room just gave me goosebumps. Dan Campbell, first of all, this is how he brings players in. This is how you engage with guys, man. Like, whenever he does his speeches, you notice he's always looking all the way around. Because everybody's not just in front of him. Like, and a lot of coaches, a lot of times you see them, they just talk to the guys in front of them, they do the speech, put the ball up, game's over. Dan Campbell's looking, he's engaging the whole time, so the team feels part of the win. You don't have to give out 45 game balls when you engage like that. Then I love the part with the wide receivers. He gives Amon-Ra St. Brown the game ball. You know what he means to this team. You know what type of game he has. You know what type of game he has every game. Every game he could have had a game ball. But he makes sure he's the only one that gets a game ball in this one. And then you know who was trying to catch the game ball. He makes him break it down in J-Mo. That was as flawless as a post-game locker room situation that you can have for Dan Campbell. And I get it. I see why fans and players, they buy into this guy. That was flawless. Like, that was exciting to watch.
You speak about the guy that did get the game ball, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'll tell you guys, I think, you know,
I don't care the stats.
Like,
that's what he third said. And fourth down's going to him.
But again, I'm saying to myself, I feel like he's having a down year. I could be the only one, but listen to me. Hear me out here. I feel like he's having a down year. And then you look at the statistics. He is 4th in yards in the NFL for a wide receiver. He is 2nd in receptions with 101. He is 3rd in touchdowns from a wide receiver.
Wow.
It is unbelievable that he just continues to stack. And it doesn't even feel like maybe it's because Jamison Williams is striking with these big plays, because J-Mo has 5 catches of over 50 yards. Yeah. That is the most by a wide receiver in the NFL. Maybe it's because Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery have been such a focal point for this team this year. But it just feels like Amon-Ra has, I don't want to say taken a back seat in this offense, but he's just not at the forefront. And then you look up and you're like, 3rd in touchdowns, 2nd in catches, 4th in yards. What?
It's twofold. Fold one is it's a down year for wide receivers in terms of yards. This is no disrespect to Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is not where I'm going with that. It's just a down year. Outside of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, who have elite numbers, everybody else is starting with CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra. They're okay.
1,100 yards. I mean, it's pretty darn good.
I'm not hating, but outside of that, look at the rest of the guys in the NFL. It's a down year in terms of
Jamar Chase, 1,500 yards.
And that's why I didn't count those two. It's a down year. 2, you mentioned it too, is Jahmyr Gibbs and his Waymo. Like, when we think big plays for Detroit Lions, those are the guys making the big ones. Those are the guys Jahmyr Gibbs breaking ankles or going 70 or Waymo 82 yards in the air. You think of those are the big plays. You don't think about all the third downs that he's catching. Those aren't necessarily the sexiest play, but he's catching those third downs. Last week he had 193. You don't think about that because it was in the loss. So it's not the sexiest plays that he's getting.
With food poisoning.
100%. But he's finding his way into the end zone, as you see. Another double-digit touchdown year for him. And then also he's finding ways to stack up catches. Another time going over 100 yards. Second time he's done that.
A lot of people in the chat are saying, I am the only one who thinks that he's having a quiet year. But then again, you look up and you're like, it's not quiet. It's league leading.
It's remarkable. And Jared Goff, who says Jared Goff has a weak arm? He can reach, huh? He almost overthrew Jameson Williams this time. That was a great
What did Jonathan
ball.
Vilma say? He said, I think he got every ounce of yardage out of that arm that he possibly can.
What do you think about them?
I tried. I don't even listen to them.
Yeah, you just
I just completely blocked them out. Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. They were even saying names wrong yesterday.
Yeah.
Names. They're horrible. I don't know why we're getting stuck with them
Nepotism.
2 times this year. I mean, come on, man.
It's so funny.
Get out of here,
It's so
Kenny.
funny. One of the big plays from the game yesterday is the stumble bum. Philly special, stumble bum. I love the name of the call.
Yep.
Here's Goff talking about that trick play. And listen to what he says earlier. Earlier in the week, and it started on Monday, earlier in the week, they legitimately talked about actually fumbling the football.
Right.
And then Goff said, I'm not comfortable with that.
When did that start? What was your reaction when Ben put that one down on paper for the first time? And Dan said you'd worked on it all week. That was the best you would run it in the game, actually. Can you just, what was the genesis of that?
We did work on it all week. We ran it probably 3 or 4 times through the week. And the genesis was that's a good play for that scheme. It is, but they're in tune with it on defense. That is a good play, and that it's hard to get that on them because those linebackers are so dang good at seeing it develop. So at first it started on Monday with Ben asking me if he thought I could actually fumble on purpose and pick it back up. I was like, I don't know about that, and we kind of got off that pretty quickly, and we're like, let's just pretend we're falling or pretend I'm fumbling but I'm holding on to the ball, and I think the part that Gibbs where he dives really sells the play. I'm only doing half of it, but it worked. It worked like a charm, and was nice to score there.
Craft, yeah. He ran the same thing, so ran. It was the exact same thing. But we just made it so I could real play actually.
You pulled it off flawlessly, didn't you? I mean,
Yeah.
how intricately did that have to work for you guys to be able to get it to go for a touchdown?
I mean, we didn't do too much. I mean, we just me and Jared trying to sell like free for or whatever. Hope the defense
to become the play that it was.
Our coaches do a great job seeing tendencies. I believe a couple weeks ago they noticed on film that the defense reacted very heavily to a fumble by the offense, so we kind of used that to our advantage today. How long has it been?
That mustache looking pretty sharp.
For as hard as a bruiser type player he is, he's a physical guy when he catches pass. He tries to punish the opposition. He has a very soft spoken voice.
Yeah, he is.
Very soft.
That was a hell of a catch, man. And that was a hell of a catch.
It was a hell of a throw as well, executed as you heard. Jahmyr Gibbs or Jamar Gibbs, as Marv
as
Albert
Vilma would call him.
Vilma, excuse me.
And Albert.
A lot of people were asking, why go for another trick play? Why add a trick play? Why show something like this? Obviously, see how well it worked. Why show it like this? You're 2 games away from the end of the season. You got the playoffs coming up. And in the Minnesota game, you might need something like that. Or why let people see more of this? Get your resume. I told people, I said, they've never seen this many trick plays.
Mm-hmm.
When we used to have this conversation, it's don't show that. Teams had, 5 trick plays? Maybe 4? And you show one of them, it's oh shoot, well you've shown that, can't do that for 2 years. It's different. Ben Johnson is coming up with, how many plays they have in their book that are specific for a certain part of the area and at some type of chicanery inviting lineman or whoever wants to be a quarterback to be a quarterback. So sit tight. We've never seen anything like this Lions offense, so there's a lot in this book. They aren't wasting trick plays. Last time I checked, he scored a touchdown in Chicago in December. He ain't wasting no trick plays.
I can't wait for the old Statue of Liberty play to come
right.
Back.
Or their version, their spin on it, the 2024 remix.
Yep. Or someone else is going to quarterback. Someone else is going to take a snap.
No doubt.
You're going to see so much more. Hopefully next week next Monday night against the 49ers, you put everything to bed.
No
you
doubt.
win that game and root for the Packers, of course, the day before.
No doubt about it. Guys, I want to get to, obviously the Lions. What do you have left? Everything could come down to that Week 18 game at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Just goes to figure. The year that the Lions are 13-2, they can't shake their own division. Want to play for you yesterday. It was great, though. You feel like you got one team off your back a little bit, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Dan Campbell talking to the media when the Commanders score a touchdown with 6 seconds to go to essentially beat the Eagles yesterday. Here's that.
Control the game, and it just, I thought we played that game the right way. Thought we played it the right way. So it's a good job.
Just a lot of guys watching Washington just beat or go up on Philadelphia this side.
Oh, they did? I didn't know what that was. Well, how much time's left? Yeah, I got you. Well, why don't we just sit here and wait for this?
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not sure if you're able to hear the big cheer in the back, but there was a big cheer, and Jalen Hurts went out yesterday with a concussion. Washington comes back to beat the Eagles, and the Lions now and Vikings tied atop the NFC 13-2. So basically, what
one of them will be a 5 seed.
Basically, what you have. Like that game next week or 2 weeks from now, potentially, and we hope the Packers beat the Vikings, but potentially could be for a division championship, home games, number 1 seed throughout, home field throughout, and the loser has to go on the road and play in the wild card round as a 5 seed.
I'm going to give you another scenario. Let's just say, just for blanks and giggles, the Vikings beat the Packers. And then Monday night, this is the saying, the 49ers upset the Lions. The Lions can still win the division and get the number 1 pick by winning the last game.
1 seed, yeah.
So they got it in their hands. It's there.
They control their own destiny. They don't
there.
need any help from anybody.
Nope. But it was nice, though, to see Philly lose.
Yeah, it was.
It was nice. And that was no fault of Kenny Pickett. Because if Devontae Smith holds on to that ball, that game is over. He drops the ball. They have to go for a field goal on 4th down. That left Washington that one shot. The 5-point lead turned into a 2-point loss.
Unbelievable, man. It is unbelievable how the margins in this league are so thin, man.
Yeah, and that's why you can't play for what other teams are doing. That's why you can't put yourself in situations and have to rely on if this happens, if that happens, well, maybe we can get this happen. You have to strive to put yourselves in the best situation. And that's what the Lions have done. Man, as you said, they can lose this week coming up and still be perfectly fine to control their own destiny. I think the Lions with the injuries, like having all the injuries pile up on us the way they did, one of the good things that we have is we controlled our own destiny because we kept winning. They kept finding ways to win, so you didn't have to worry about the injury stacking up on you. And now you're at risk to go where in the postseason on the road, which the Lions are 7-0, by the way, but you've given yourself the best chance to win at every turn, whether it's offense, whether it's injuries, whether it's go ahead.
No, keep going.
Oh, yeah, you're just giving yourself, whether it's putting yourself in lead to have the number 1 seed, you put yourself in a position to have all the cards.
I will say this, man. Watching Washington as much as I have this year,
they're dangerous.
They're dangerous. Like, I pictured the Lions playing them, and I'm like, if Chicago went up and down the field on us, what the hell you think this kid is going to do?
Here's where Washington is not dangerous yet.
Running.
Well, they can't run the football, and they can't stop anybody. They can't stop a nosebleed on defense.
That's good, then.
So the Lions should score on Washington almost every time they have the ball. So Washington is probably a year away, maybe 2. But that quarterback.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. Anybody that says if you had to redo this draft that you would still take Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels, I'm sorry. I just disagree with that wholeheartedly. I just disagree with it wholeheartedly.
Man, if Jim Harbaugh was coaching that team,
maybe so, but he's
you
not.
wouldn't be saying what you're saying.
But he's not.
But right. So the kid got
not.
ruined. The kid got ruined. It ain't his fault, though. I'm telling you, it's not his fault. Caleb Williams. It's not his fault.
Maybe it's not, but at some point, I guess, I don't know where you put some type of blame on the player. I mean, everybody that
he hasn't thrown an interception.
Everybody that doesn't make it in the NFL, it's not on the coach. Everybody, at some point you got to put it on the player. I feel the way I feel about Caleb Williams because I just don't like his mannerisms as a leader.
I get it.
He's a great player, but I just don't think he's got leadership qualities in the NFL.
Washington turned the ball over 5 times yesterday, and they won. They joined what team?
The Lions.
The only teams to have 5 turnovers and win a game since the Super Bowl era started. And it happened this year.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was looking at the stats to try to see the stats for these guys. Stats are super comparable. Jaden Daniels is at 3,300. Caleb's at 3,200. Jaden's at 22. Caleb's at 19. Jalen's at 4. Caleb's at 5. You look at the game. They went head-to-head. One had a chance to win.
Yep.
And one of them losing on a Hail Mary. So they're very close. But to your point, Ryan, there is an element that you watch Jaden Daniels and you've seen potential for something more special than the number 2 pick overall. And Caleb has had some flashes or some games or some drives, but you're still waiting to see. You're waiting to see him break through. You're waiting to see what all the hype was coming out of USC. You're waiting to see this transcendent talent. Meanwhile, with Jaden Daniels, we've seen moments where you're like, I see a little Lamar in there. I see a little something more special. So I can understand why you say you would take Jaden. You've seen some special moments out of Jaden this year.
He's going to have to beef up, though.
Yeah, 100%. Lamar had to. Remember?
Yeah.
Lamar
Just a thought on the Vikings for a minute. Do you know how hard it is to win 13 games in this league?
Yeah.
How do you move off of Sam Darnold? You know what I'm
just
saying?
Wins. He just wins.
How do you move off of a quarterback that wins 13 games for you?
It's also not just the number, Ryan. It's also how the wins are happening. Like he's winning in the fourth quarter. He's winning with the game on the line. Yeah. He's the one making the plays. It's not some great design, and you're like, oh well, Kevin O'Connell. Speaking of that, he and Kevin O'Connell are doing something that we've seen happen before. Look very similar to Jared Goff to me and Ben Johnson. 2 individuals that get each other. It seems like they get each other. And to your point, Sam Darnold is doing it when the game's on the line. That's something you got to take into account for if you're the Minnesota Vikings. I'm glad we don't have that decision to worry about, but I told you it wasn't as clear cut and dry as letting him walking out of that door. Because you've seen it work.
If he goes to another team, he'd probably regress because he's in a perfect spot.
100%.
He is in the absolute perfect spot. Would you trade J.J. McCarthy?
Let me.
Would you?
Maz, it's not a crazy thought. Because if J.J. McCarthy was coming out of this year's draft, he would be the number 1 overall pick. Minnesota could hold the Giants, the Raiders, or anybody else after
Jets?
that at a king's ransom.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The 100% you
definitely
could.
Ransom.
Wow.
Who would you rather have, J.J. McCarthy, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders? Who would you rather have?
Sam Darnold.
J.J. McCarthy.
J.J. McCarthy. They're saying keep Sam Darnold in Minnesota.
I'm saying,
Right. I get
keep
it.
Sam
J.J.
Darnold.
McCarthy.
You could trade J.J. McCarthy to the Raiders
for
a king's ransom.
Yeah.
You could trade him to the Giants for a king's ransom.
I think this is a whisper of a conversation around Minnesota now. I'll tell you when it won't be. If the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold were able to come in here week 18 and Sam Darnold outplayed Jared Goff and the Vikings win, that's no longer a whisper in Minnesota. That's a real conversation.
Yes, it is.
That's a real conversation. Because now you've beat the Lions. Now you've won the division. That makes you 15 games in. I can't see it. My own 2 eyes as an owner won't allow me to see a quarterback win 15 games and be the reason why. And I know I got this ace in my back pocket, Ryan. We're going to find a trade. We're going to do a deal.
No doubt about it, man.
I can't believe I've never seen
that's a damn good
comeback like this. That Sam Darnold, what a comeback story.
I mean, your guy, Baker Mayfield, is the only other guy. But the thing with Baker was good in Cleveland.
Yeah,
he did win a playoff game.
And almost won a second. Yeah.
See it and almost won a second.
Yeah.
So you did see it from Baker Mayfield. You never saw it from Sam Darnold. Not for the Jets, not for Carolina, not in San Francisco. He didn't really play in San Francisco. He was a backup. But this guy played for 3 teams. You never saw this
One thing Colin Cowherd, who I tend to disagree with a lot more these days, but one thing he said in the offseason, he talked about it. He said all the guys he knows from Sean McVay to Kyle Shanahan to Kevin Stefanski and then now Kevin O'Connell, they like Sam Darnold. They like Sam Darnold.
Did he learn something last year?
They said he was a quarterback, just was in the wrong system. They said, because he went to Kyle last year.
Yeah.
They said Kyle said they saw his mind, said he was a really good quarterback. He was going to have some success. And they're on the same pecking tree. Kyle, Sean, Kevin.
That's that.
Kyle hit him up and said, hey, look, you may want to take a look at this guy. This guy done some good things. So 100%. Kyle hit this note on the nose back in May.
You think Kyle wanted to keep him instead of Brock Purdy now?
No. Now, maybe, but.
Yeah. Now,
yeah, sure.
Bray, can I go off of what you said? Because I heard
ahead.
Kevin O'Connell on his NFL radio interview on my way into work today. He was on the NFL with Rich Gannon, and I forgot what the other host was.
Rich Gannon won an MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. But he basically,
2002.
Kevin O'Connell obviously did, your basic, PC answers to all the questions that he was asked. But he was talking about the brain of Sam Darnold, and to your point, he basically he goes, how this guy has worked incredibly hard by studying the playbook all season long from training camp to now. He goes, look at our record. He goes, look what he does in the field and leading. Yeah. He basically was saying, if it wasn't for the system that he's in now with me and Minnesota, that he wouldn't be doing this, that he's finally in the right system. To your point, what you're saying, he basically said that in so many words on the NFL Network today. I'm serious, that it's the system that he's training Darnold, which is why Darnold's doing so well.
Man, sometimes a team just doesn't get it right. And sometimes it takes him to get to the right system. It takes him to get with the right people so he can utilize his skills. But you definitely can see, Ryan, to your point, you can see something special about Sam Darnold. It's like the Jets. Yeah, maybe they didn't get it wrong on Geno Smith and Sam Darnold. Maybe they just didn't know how to develop him.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
pathetic.
That's right. Guys, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go around the NFL. Also, college football playoffs. College football playoffs.
We got to talk about that.
I told you.
I told you.
And not only that,
did
you see what Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith said about Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler today?
Oh, they were killing him.
Oh, my God.
I see.
Big league. Fight going out. ESPN, fight.
Because Kirk said that, they called out
Ryan
blah,
Day.
blah, blah. Yeah, here we go.
Because Kirk said, there's some guys on First Take that wanted Ryan Day fired.
And then what did they say?
Well, you'll hear it coming up next. But first, a message from KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, other family law issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10-plus years of experience, 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on your screen or call 248-971-0476. 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you. KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
And so does Dr. Jeff Pierce. He's got your back because he's from MichiganSportsAndSpine.com. He joins us every Tuesday on Big D Energy. Joins us here on Thursdays. Plus, when we need him for some injury insights, we give him a call. It's Dr. Jeff Pierce. He will keep you in the game. Trust the guy D-Mac and Braylon Trust. Call him 248-426-9944 or hit him up online at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 days of fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry, offer ends December 20th.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Oh, Soroki's. We're the real fans' favorite. Signature Wings, limited time only. I keep telling you that, but you got to get on it because they won't be here. Popping up all over, and lemon pepper Signature Wings are fine. Got to get some of these. Monday Night Football, you telling me Soroki's, some Signature Wings, some of that crispy chicken and pizza? Man, that sounds like a plan to me. Pull up on Soroki's with the real fans' favorite.
Hey, let me tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive. Sorry, guys.
Hey.
Whoa there. $149.
Only $149 per month. Or you could check out the Equinox EVLT for only $169 per month. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on your screen. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and in Ferndale. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Together, let's drive.
And let's drive on in to hour number 2 of the program. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway, KG, Pete Spivak, intern Maria as well.
That was quick.
Guys, let's talk. Hour number 1 in the books. Let's get to this college football playoff. We'll go back to the NFL.
We will.
Sorry, guys, man. I've had this cold for a month.
God bless you.
College football playoff. A lot of people feel it was a disaster.
The game sucked.
The games were not good. Braylon, I'll come to you first.
There are your finals.
Your reaction of round 1 is...
For what?
Money.
For what?
Money.
I mean, I understand the money aspect of it, but at some point, you got to look at him like, this wasn't even entertaining. So you mean to tell me what these 4 teams, and I understand that it may get better because of NIL, because of transfer portal, the understanding and use of it, it may get better over time, but I was never a fan of 12 teams. I keep going back to the point, you do not need 12 teams to decide who's the best team.
Don't worry, it'll be 16 soon.
It'd be more, you're right. And it's going to keep going and keep going. So I just don't like it past a certain number. But then you watch it. These teams they weren't prepared. 10-3 Clemson, yeah, they're a big brand. Dabo's won a couple national championship teams, but they weren't a good team. They weren't a team that could be in this space that we thought could win that game. Tennessee, they look like a deer in headlights, much like SMU looked. SMU had a good drive in the opener, and then they then they didn't get on the 4th down, and that
First quarter killed them.
100% that was the rest of the game.
Changed the whole game.
But understanding that you're going to have some bumps on the road, especially when you play in stadiums like Beaver Stadium. How do you respond? Like an SMU showed you, like, look, we're used to 32,000, not 110. And it just, it'll get better. But as of this point, I feel like I was right. And
you were.
I watched every one of those games. It was the most chill Saturday and Friday besides the Christmas party. So it was cool. I laid up. You know what I was doing at the house? I was watching. I was observing. I was bored.
The crappiest team that made it was Clemson, and they gave the best battle.
Yeah.
That was really the best game.
And that's because they have a coach, and they have a quarterback. I like the quarterback a little bit. That has been there before. Like Dabo is a guy that's won 2 national championships. Yeah. He's been to 5 playoffs, so he knows the playoff system. He could prepare his team, and I give him credit for that. Outside of that, Clemson would have got rolled too.
Hold on, Ryan. I still think, looking at it as a college football fan, those games, when I looked at them, I was excited. I really wasn't excited for Indiana. Indiana, you guys thought it would be close. I said that was going to be a blowout game.
I was trying to be optimistic.
Indiana, to me, they beat nobody, and they had nothing. Cignetti's a big mouth.
They beat Michigan by 5.
I know.
Why did he do that?
Cignetti's a big mouth.
Why did he do that?
Somebody even tweeted out, I said it to you guys, it looks like Michigan could have won the SEC.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
Yeah.
It was very funny. But when I saw the matchups and the home games, it was exciting.
Yeah.
The games just didn't live up to it. I do love the playoffs, the West Coast teams, the South teams coming north.
Again,
I love
man,
that.
Tennessee having to play in the cold of Ohio State,
That's
Ohio
great.
Stadium. That's why.
Yeah, I like.
Right.
I mean,
what have we been saying our whole lives?
That was validation for something we've said our entire lives.
What happens when you come up here?
Right.
Yep.
And they would never come up here. Now they're forced to come up
Play
here.
the Rose Bowl in Ann Arbor.
Exactly. I got to give Joel Klatt this because I wouldn't have looked at this if he didn't tweet it out. But the margin of victory in the first round of the college football playoff was 19 points, 19 and change or whatever.
19-5.
The margin of victory for the first round of the NFL playoffs last year was 17 points.
Yeah.
So are you going to redo the NFL playoffs now?
No.
He said,
Right.
no, you're not.
Right.
Last year's score, I mean, I've got it up right here. Last year's scores in the wild card round. Texans beat the Browns 45-14. Chiefs beat the Dolphins 26-7. Packers beat the Cowboys 48-32. That's a 31-point deficit, a 19-point deficit, a 16-point deficit.
That game wasn't even that close. That was junk.
Lions beat the Rams by 1, and then the Bills beat the Steelers by 14, 31-17, and the Bucks beat the Eagles 32-9.
Yeah.
All blowouts.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to blow up the
Except
NFL
our game.
playoffs. Nobody wants to blow up the NFL playoffs. There will be some tweaks to this.
Yeah.
For instance, no team that has a bye in the NFL will be a 14-point dog next week. Okay? The Arizona State, what are they? The
Sun Devils.
Sun Devils.
Are playing Texas.
They're a 14-point underdog to Texas.
And that's in
correct.
Georgia. Georgia don't.
You can't. There's no way that can happen.
Whatever
They have got to seed it differently. They have got to reseed.
Yep.
And they've got to take account strength of schedule. Those 3 tweaks that they've got to make immediately for year 2. Immediately. That's what they've got to do.
I said that the minute the bracket came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do these teams have a bye? That's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
It is a joke, and they'll do that. But the problem is, it's still going to be the same. You do the 12 games because of the way in which you do NIL now. Because now you allow teams to pay players. Teams don't even have to. They got the collective now. They don't have to wait for an NIL deal to pop up. You give the power back to the big schools. You give the power back to the schools with money. I.e., why Michigan is raking it in right now. Ohio State will be doing the same. Alabama will be doing the same. Georgia will be doing the same. Texas will be doing the same. So even though there's 16 teams eventually matters in 2-3 years, you still really are giving all the odds, the best odds, to the top 6 programs in the country with all the bread and all the money.
Herb Street went on and he basically said what you said, Rye. You can't just take wins into account. Like Indiana beat who for their 11 wins? You got to look back at that. Yeah, we go to the Ohio State game. Yeah, this could have happened. This could have happened. Big deal. He wants it to almost be computerized, like the old BCS. I told Dan Wetzel, who wrote the book Death to the BCS, I'm like, Dan, you should bring that book back and redo it, because that's what people want again. People want the computer to spit out. Let's face it, AI could have made better matchups than this committee did.
You got to do something. Because
am I wrong?
SMU at Beaver Stadium wasn't it.
Nope.
And this is not going to be it. And I'm agreeing with you.
No,
they
you're
gotta
not.
do something now.
But I mean, even Boise State, a 3 seed in this tournament, is a 10.5-point dog
Yes,
to Penn State.
they're not a
Shouldn't
3.
happen.
Right. Shouldn't be a 3.
You cannot do that. I'm sorry. Cannot be a 10-point dog.
That's correct.
What are the other spreads? We got a OSU and Oregon. That's got to be 4. That's my number. Oregon by 4.
I can't even follow this ESPN.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Oregon
Probably
by
less
2.
than-
Ohio
probably
State.
less.
Ohio State is a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
And they lost. That was a close game that they lost. to
Georgia
Oregon.
to be the team twice.
Georgia is a 1.5-point
Yep,
favorite
over
over Notre
Notre
Dame. And Texas 14 points over.
I'll tell you right
Arizona
now, I'll
State.
take Boise in the points against Penn State.
But listen to me. Now that you have these teams, would you be surprised? Yes or no? Would you be surprised if Notre Dame won the national championship?
No.
Would you be
Yes.
surprised if Georgia won the national championship?
No.
Would you be
Yes.
surprised if Oregon won the national championship?
No.
Would you be surprised if Ohio State won the national
No.
championship?
Yes.
Would you be surprised if Penn State won the national championship?
Yes.
Probably.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Not with this track. Tell me they got to be Boise State.
They couldn't score on SMU.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like, they could not score on SMU. Like, let's call a spade, and that's what one thing to what Maz was saying. If SMU would have had that first play, we might have seen something different. Because I don't know where the hell Penn State's offense was.
That's correct.
Not that I'm not
And
trying.
they gave up 2
change the
touchdowns on
conversation, right?
defense.
So,
Yeah, 2 pick sixes.
Yes.
So let me see. Hey, Pete, do you have this Shannon Sharp
Yep,
sound?
ready to go, ready to go, man. Yep.
Just to back it up for you. So during the game against Ohio State and Tennessee the other night, it's a blowout. And the question becomes, has Ryan Day done enough to kind of get the Ohio State Buckeye fan base off his back a little bit? Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
And
You need more water?
no, what Herb Street is saying is, look, you know, the fringe at Ohio State went from about 8 to 10% to now 15 to 20% that are just total whack jobs that have a lot of power at Ohio State. And then he takes a shot at First Take. There's even people at this network that want Ryan Day fired. There's even people at First Take that want Ryan Day fired. Well, Monday morning, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp responded to Mr. Herb Street.
Stephen, I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to be a good teammate. I'm going to let it slide. Everybody's at ESPN, because had you not taken the route you taken, I would have lit their ass up. But I'm going to let it slide. You know what, guys? Congratulations, Ohio State. You won the game. But, hey, if we're going to be on the same team, if we're going to work for the same network, don't do that. Kurt, Chris Fowler, I promise you, if you ever mention anything, any platform that I'm on again and talking about, I wonder what they're going to say in negativity, I promise you, ESPN ain't got enough bosses to keep me off y'all for what I'm going to say. So I'm going to let y'all slide today. I'm going to turn it over to D.O. before I get myself in trouble. But don't play with me. Go ahead, D.O.
Damn. I got to follow? Go ahead.
D.O. is Dan Orlovsky, who
100%.
didn't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
Then Stephen A. had his
That's
own
what-
tirade as well.
I didn't hear Stephen A.
Stephen A. basically said, hey, I meant every word I said. If Ohio State doesn't win the national championship, I think he should be fired. And then he went on and on and on. And he told Herb Street basically the same thing that Shannon said. Look, we're teammates and all, but don't misconstrue what I said. Don't mix my words up. Is basically what he said, Stephen A.
Yeah,
I want Ryan Day to get an extension, so I'm not looking for him to get fired.
I think they're going to win the whole thing.
So does Dave Portnoy.
Tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's true. That's why I was like, they got to do something about the system. You know, they lose 2 games, lost to Michigan, and you have the best odds to win it. You know, it's still interesting, but
They look good and they're all red.
it's starting to
scarlet.
become more prevalent. He doesn't have a problem. He has a Michigan problem. You know, and he's got a good situation. You spent $20 million in the offseason. You got the same team. They didn't have a lot of major injuries happen for them outside of
Great receivers.
the guard that came back. So it's wide open. But that Stephen A. Smith and then the Kirk Herbstreit, starting to see a lot of inner ESPN fighting. You know, this is the first team. Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee had gotten into it for a while. Now you see Kirk Herbstreit and these guys getting into it. It's going to be interesting to see what ESPN looks
Because
like in a minute.
Each show,
Hey, Pete, put up the schedule, by the way.
Even though
Sure,
you're
buddy.
within the same network,
it's its
each
own thing.
show has become its own thing. Even here at our network, you know, each show is its own kind of operation.
Yeah.
You know, we go at it with Neil a lot. You know, Neil comes at us a lot.
A lot.
You know, and it just you're so opinionated. You got so much going on. And don't make any mistake about what's going on here. Whether it's Herb Street and Fowler, Shannon and Stephen A. You are a show they call it a show for a reason, because you are trying to drum up the biggest reaction
Incite an emotion.
you are trying to incite an emotion, mostly a negative one, because that'll get more attention to your show. But that's why they call it a show, guys. I mean, you are trying to toe that line, and sometimes when you take shots, you take shots.
I just wondered why Kirk Herbstreit was so butthurt, considering he doesn't even mess with Ohio State in this current space. He's not even an Ohio State guy in this current space. His son's going to Michigan. Like, he's out of Ohio State. We just talked about that. So it'd be interesting that he supported.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for rational people. I'm not calling Kirk Herbstreit rational.
Gotcha.
But I think it's really hard for rational people to see how you could want this guy fired who's like 70-5.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, you know what I mean?
Because we know what matters to you.
What do you mean he's 70-5? And I don't know what the record is, but
it's good.
You're 70-5? You get fired for that? I think it's real hard to kind of.
You know why he won't be fired, and it makes sense, Ryan Ermanni? This isn't back in the BCS era. This isn't back in '90 with Cooper. This isn't where if you can't beat Michigan, you don't win the national title. And I think the bulk of the money down there, the ones that get it, the ones that are smarter, they're like, who cares if he loses to Michigan every year? Because we still have the best odds to win the national championship. We'll still have a good run at it. And unless we're playing Michigan in the national championship, which I highly doubt, we'll be perfectly fine. So I think that's how people would start. If this was back in the day where you didn't play a Big Ten championship game, it was like, all right, cool. We can't beat Ohio State. Then we got to get this guy out of here because we can't get to the national championship if we can't beat Ohio State. It's not that way anymore. It doesn't matter if you lose.
So the playoff basically is killing the games.
Yeah.
It's killing the rivalry games because
there's no
you
doubt.
don't have to put everything into them anymore.
No.
And get rid of the conference championships now.
Yeah, those should be out.
They're done. They're done.
I mean, Oregon almost got penalized. They did get penalized for winning the Big Ten championship.
SMU, same thing.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? I'm glad. Pete, these are great graphics, by the way.
Good, buddy.
The one with Boise State and Penn State.
There you go, buddy.
If Ashton Jeanty doesn't have a big game against Penn State, who we believe is a really good defense, and they got one of the best players in the country, and their linebacker, now defensive player of the year, I can't think of it right now. But if he doesn't have a game, if he goes in there, Maz, and has 52 yards rushing, or if he has 47, or even, hell, 75, does that validate why he didn't win the Heisman? Will that allow some people to look at it and say, all right.
No.
Or
because
no.
Barry had bad games, too.
No, he didn't. Barry only played 11 games. He had 2,600 yards.
I was thinking about his pro career.
But we're talking we're talking about that senior year, his junior year at Oklahoma State.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
It might.
Like if he ain't go up there and have like 42 yards, and you're like, oh, okay, it makes sense. It was who you played against.
It's a dumb question, and I know the answer to it.
2000.
So, like, the teams that lose in the first round of the playoffs, they have no bowl game?
No,
that's their bowl game.
That's their bowl game.
You don't get to go to Florida or Bahamas or.
Nope. They had their bowl
First
game.
of all, SMU, you're lucky we let you in. Okay, you want more? Well, you're lucky we let you
get to
in.
go to the Bahamas?
No,
You can play our game here in Detroit.
you can go
if
back
you
to
want.
Texas.
We got Toledo and Pittsburgh coming up on Thursday.
Dang.
Ohio's a good football
That's going to be a
program,
good bowl.
Pete.
That's a great bowl.
I watched
2 o'clock
Ohio.
on the 26th.
I enjoy it. I go every year.
Yeah.
They're a good
I got a
football
guy
program.
get you tickets for free if you want.
Attaboy.
Go up to the suite.
Giddy up.
Want to go up to the suite?
I'd love to.
All right. Call my boy
They got
Anthony.
food?
They got everything up
All
there.
right. I'm in.
We'll call Anthony.
We're in.
He invited.
You going to come?
I don't know.
All right.
I can actually. I wish I could go.
You make the call for me, and I'm there.
Tom, no
I
killing
get
the
you in there.
buffet.
All right, good. Want to go to the
killing
bowl
the
game?
buffet.
You go to the bowl game? No.
No killing the buffet.
Guys,
Who's playing?
Toledo and Pittsburgh.
Hell no.
Pat Narduzzi.
Panthers.
What?
My nieces are going to fly in for the game because they go to Pitt.
Hey, if
Is Larry
Michi-
Fitzgerald playing for Pitt?
If Michigan State and Eastern won one of their final 3 games, it would have been Michigan State versus Eastern.
That would have been too much green and white.
Wow.
That's what I'm being told.
That'd been
Wow.
like overload.
That's what you were told.
That would've been
Michigan
up.
State, I was told that it would have been Michigan State versus Eastern.
What if Eastern didn't win and Michigan State won?
Well, Michigan State would have been in it.
Against Pitt, probably?
I don't know.
Or against Toledo?
Toledo.
There's always got to be a MAC team in there.
All right, guys. We'll take a break.
Toledo
go
had
around
just as much chance as SMU.
Around the NFL next. But first, the message from the pregame show.
That's right, everybody. Every Lions game day, you can join us here on Woodward Sports for a full day of Lions coverage. It starts with Woodward and Maine Sunday mornings, 8 to 9 a.m. with the great Terry Reginald Foster and also Matthew Broder. Again, Woodward and Maine, the Lions preview show, every Lions game day, 8 to 9 a.m. And then following Woodward and Maine, it's the Lions pregame show brought to you by the New Holland Brewing Company with the great Neil Rule and the even greater Sean Belegian. Every Lions game day, the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show will get you ready for the Lions game day coming up with all the stats, all the breakdowns. We have the bets for you, and we have the throwback machine, only as the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show can deliver to you. Brought to you by the New Holland Brewing Company, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 1800 Tequila, and Sabbath Coffee. And also, you can fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of... Oh, Kenny's not there. Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use the code word Woodward, and you'll get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. We'll be right back.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you or the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Oh, yeah, everybody. You know, it's in the middle of football season. You got to head to Caesars Sportsbook right now. Scan that QR code above my head and get your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. And when you do scan that QR code, use the code word over there to my right, Woodward 1000. When you open up your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account, make a deposit of $20 or more. And when you bet $20 or more, if that bet happens to lose, it won't, but if it happens to lose, you'll get your first bet back as a bonus bet up to $1,000. But only if you scan the QR code above my head and use the code word over there to my right, Woodward 1000, and get your brand new Caesars Sportsbook account. And then you can take your winnings over to shop.woodwardsports.com. Maria, tell them about that.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's
Yes.
a new era in sports wearables. You got your Tigers, your Lions, your Red Wings, and your Pistons. New designs, all amazing apparel and ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Hoodies, tees, and the hats are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com and click shop.
Hey guys, welcome back. A couple people pointed this out in the chat. We absolutely should make mention of this. Congratulations to the Ferris State Bulldogs.
Amen.
Their third national championship in the last 4 years. Head coach Tony Anise. My goodness, 137-21 at Ferris State.
Pretty good.
Pretty darn
Go
good. He's been the
Bulldogs.
head coach there since 2012.
Time for a move, man.
Well, I mean, he's 62 years old. Where's he going?
He'd be like Kurt
Cincinnati.
Signetti.
That's what I was just about to say.
I think he's having a good time out in Ferris.
That's true.
Seriously,
Rapids.
You know, you're big fish, little pond. You win national championships. You have a
probably treated like a king out there.
Treated like a king. You have stability. You make a couple $100,000 a year, maybe more than that.
Yep.
Maybe $300,000-$400,000 a
At
year.
Ferris
You have a
State?
good. Yeah. No.
Plus your shoe deals.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe I don't know. After all that time and 3 national championships with endorsements.
I gotta check that out. You make it 3:30 at Ferris State. I'm about to leave. I'm about to.
Grand Valley will return next year, guys. Go Lakers.
Yeah.
Anchor
so,
up.
and you think about that. I mean, Brian Kelly came out of the GLIAC.
Started at Grand Valley.
But he was a young man. You know, he was a young man.
62 is tough in this day and
62 is real hard to go.
You're looking at him right here.
Yeah.
This is 62.
Where the lemon drops.
Oh, man. That's fantastic.
I got news out of Allen Park
Yeah,
for
what do you
us,
got
guys.
for us,
Got some
Maz?
pretty good news. Dan Campbell expecting Graham Glasgow to be back in the starting lineup against the Niners. Alex Anzalone's practice clock is close to starting, probably not this week. And Jalen Reeves-Maybin getting ready to get back and going. I mean, you got him going, man. That's a Pro Bowl special team guy that could play some linebacker for you. And I'll take my hat off to Christian Mahogany yesterday.
Oh, my
Had a hell of a game, man, the rookie.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me? Just looking at, I mean, unbelievable what he did yesterday, this Christian Mahogany.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
He's way ahead of who did we take last year?
And you know what? You got
Roger Martin.
Zeitler on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you just put these guys in.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and the good thing about it is you've seen him, you know, this is the second time that we've seen him have to come in and fill the play and actually make a sack and give the thing too. He got to the quarterback second time that we've seen. Zadarius Smith, that's the name that's come up. We talk about it. We talk about what's the production been. The production is being down. He was the lowest graded lineman this past week for the second week in a row. But you look at what he's doing. You look at what he's allowing. That scrape side play that he did where he scraped and he let Muhammad come in behind him. A lot of people are worried about him. He's the focal point for this defensive line now. This is the guy that they're looking at saying, we got to get a hat. We got to make sure we know where 99 is at. Because of that focus, other guys are allowed to have some success. So, be easy on Big Z. He's filling in for some pretty big shoes right now.
Amen.
Yeah. There we go. Should we go around the NFL, Maz?
Yeah, we'll start at Monday Night Football tonight. It's an interesting game. Saints kind of beaten up. Going to Green Bay. Love watching games at Lambeau Field. 14.5 is the spread for the Packers.
Yeah.
It looks like a mismatch. It might be a little closer than that 14-point spread, but I doubt that the Saints have a shot to win this game.
Great.
It's supposed to be snowing up in Green Bay, so that'll be fun.
Another college football game.
Yeah.
There we go.
What are you going to do?
The Saints, I'm telling
Well,
you,
Monday
man.
Night Football gets stuck with some real lemons.
Especially at the end of the year.
I have been so disinterested with you pointed this out. It's hard to watch any game that doesn't
Except
involve
ours.
the Detroit Lions.
That's a fact.
Because they're so exciting.
Guess what? Next Monday you can pay attention.
Yeah.
We're playing.
Shoot, because not betting, I'll just say Monday night, it's easy not to watch that game.
Yeah.
And now I don't bet. I can't tell you last time I watched the Monday night.
And I feel bad for Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They were getting, I'm telling you.
I don't. They both make $30 million
I know,
a year.
but I enjoy their
I know.
commentary.
I do too.
After hearing what we had yesterday,
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if those guys did our game?
I just feel like those guys are so wasted on Monday
They
Night
are.
Football. It's a
They are.
waste.
It is.
Monday Night Football is even Sunday night to me is the biggest night of football.
And that bores me too.
Well, I know, but like Monday Night Football is nothing to me anymore.
I just can't stomach Collinsworth. I don't know what it is. I like him. I want to like him. He aggravates me.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear. I got.
Did you see-
I don't want to hear him.
I just saw a thing about Collinsworth. It was on a news site, actually. It was he stays off social media days after he calls a game because it just hits too hard at him.
I don't blame him. I get it.
It is unbelievable how somebody you have no idea who they are can
Yes.
affect you so much.
There's a lot of mean
Right?
people out there.
Right.
I guess I'm one of them.
Saban
I didn't mean to.
Saban was talking about that this weekend. I don't know if you heard Saban talk about. He would tell his Alabama players, "Why do you care what somebody says about you that you don't even know?
Yeah,
that you don't even know." And
Who was Saban going back and forth with? On the who was that guy that they had on the tournament?
He's a comedian. I see his face, but
he went hard after Saban. Saban came back.
Alabama Jones, or whatever.
Saban is great.
Shane Gillis.
Okay.
I'm so happy you can now cuss on TV. I'm so happy that ESPN did the deal with Pat McAfee and they allow cussing on the air because I don't know what it is, but it's smoother. I think it de-arms you a little bit. You know, guys are cussing. You know when you want to talk about it. So like when they drop the occasional, S word like Saban did at the end of that tape, like I definitely think it's cool. They're moving into the new era, if you will.
Hey, I want to give you a little something on some of the scores yesterday. Giants lost again, 34-7 to the Falcons. So congrats to
Michael Penix Jr.
To Michael Penix Jr. Now here's the kicker with the Giants. It was so bad on Fox, and we didn't have the game. Now Pete, play the video of Fox. It's the Giants and Falcons, and they go up to the owner's booth, and John Mara's up there, and he does not want to be on TV. Check this out.
Hang on, I don't have it, buddy.
Oh, come on! I've been looking forward to that.
You have it, Pete.
I've been looking
John
forward
Mara
to that.
not happy to be on Fox telecast. Right underneath where it says tickets for Giants home finale.
Did I miss that one? Hang on, I may have actually.
Okay, I will tell you about tickets for Giants.
I got it, Tommy. Here you go,
What do
buddy.
you got?
My bad, guy.
1974, they've got the Colts next week to try to take that one off the list. Winless against the division. They've never been winless in the division. They've won more division game.
Look at this. Watch what he does. Why? And he's yelling at that guy. Why are we on TV? Why do we got after seeing that Giants statistic? After seeing that Giants statistic, they are so bad, guys. Listen to this.
How does that Joe Shane still have a job?
Tickets for the Giants home finale against the Colts are as low as $18. If the Giants lose that game, they will be the first team to finish 0-9 at home. The first team in the Super Bowl era. Well, actually, in any era, because you can't go 0-9.
No, this is
0-9.
That's right. I just will never understand how are you the New York Giants, or how are you at the media capital of the world, especially with all the history and tradition that New York as a city has, and then your franchise itself has. Especially in this day and age where we've seen you turn the corner, you flip it around.
Crazy.
For it to be New York is nuts. Like it's absolute. Both New York teams suck. Front office include. I don't understand how you do it.
All right, Bengals won yesterday, 24-6. If they win their next two games and the Broncos lose their next two games, and one of them is against the Broncos, the Bengals will make the playoffs at 9-8.
That's incredible. That's a turnaround.
MVP
might save what's his name's job, although it shouldn't.
Zach Taylor.
We already
Zach
talked
Taylor.
about Washington and Philly. The Raiders, they helped the Giants. They beat the Jags 19-14. So now the Giants have the number one pick. The Raiders will pick second right now as it sits. The
Raiders can't even tank right.
I'm telling you, man, if I'm Minnesota, I am holding one of these teams hostage. Here's J.J. McCarthy. What are you going to give me for? You get the number one pick.
Well, how about Sam Darnold to them?
No. Because you got to pay Sam Darnold. Part of getting a rookie quarterback is getting a rookie deal.
You know who did a deal with? You know who they did a deal with when he was in college last year? Who was a part owner now of the Raiders? I'm just saying.
Tom Brady.
J.J. McCarthy. Tom Brady.
Yeah. And supposedly, Tom Brady has a huge hand in picking the next quarterback for the Raiders.
Well, he should. Like, honestly.
100%.
That's like...
why do we have you here?
Right. If you... that's
Look,
not...
let him go join the Raiders completely.
Right.
Get off Fox.
I just read an article.
Get off.
I just read an article this morning from somewhere. I don't remember where. It's talking about has Tom Brady regressed.
Get off.
In the booth.
He uses the same catchphrases.
I didn't hear him at all this week.
He's bad.
I didn't
He
hear
did
him
the
at all.
Saturday game.
Oh.
He did the Saturday game. Anyway, your Cardinals stink. They lost to the Panthers in overtime, 36-30.
What a disappointment.
They are eliminated.
Bryce Love.
How about it, baby? What a comeback.
He got his
for Bryce
girlfriend
Young.
stolen, man. It seems like ever since he got his girlfriend stolen, he's gotten over it. He's been playing better. That's what got him benched.
Good for Carolina.
Who took his girlfriend? Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Get
Tyrese
out of
Maxey.
here.
And it was like on TV, they saw it at a game. Like they were on like a date.
Get out of here.
100%. That's what happened like back when he got benched. You look at the timeline into his 2 games and you
It's
see
a
like
woman.
100%.
Did you see what Des Bryant
Sorry,
said about
buddy.
Travis Hunter's girl?
Yeah, like I
That's a
feel so
clown
bad
show.
for that
That's
situation,
a
man.
clown
Like,
show.
I kind of
He's-
side with Des on this.
What does Des say?
Can you fill me in on this? Because you know what? I haven't read or watched any video from his
'Cause
girlfriend.
I saw Travis
or him.
scrub the social.
What's happened?
So
Got off
I
IG.
just want to know. Just fill me in.
Travis Hunter.
He's got a little young girl
Heisman
running
Trophy
his
winner.
life.
He's taking pictures with girls at the ceremony or
Yes.
whatever. His girlfriend sitting down makes a big deal out of the fact that he's taking pictures with other girls. Meanwhile, she's in music videos 3 years ago with these guys doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And so Des Bryant says this. I've tried my best not to get into Travis's business, but I had to after seeing this. I'm here to tell you, brother, wake up and quit playing. She talked all that bleep about you. She's saying she was going to address the situation once, but kept talking about it. She loves the attention way more than you. She thinks she's equal to you. I can tell you you're a great dude, and I promise there's a woman out there who's going to make your life easy and respect you. From what I see, she has nothing to offer but a bleeping headache.
That's 100% correct.
That's a fact.
You are a bleeping headache.
Yeah.
You don't need this.
I'm surprised Dion didn't tell him all of this. Or I'm sure he has been.
What are you going to tell a 21-year-old who thinks
What
he's in
you
love?
got to offer, she's not the one.
What are you going to tell a 21-year-old thing? He thinks he knows it all. He won the Heisman Trophy, and he's in love with it. What he thinks is love, perceives to be love. They've been dating 3 years, allegedly. She got the claws in, man.
Yeah.
She got them hooks in her.
Mm-hmm. Rams beat the Jets 19-9. Aaron Rodgers is like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's over. It's over. I thought he might have a chance to come back next year.
Yeah.
They're blowing it up completely. I don't know what they're going to do, but he's not going to be there. Do
tell
you think you think he's done, or do you think he finishes a career elsewhere?
I think he and the other quarterback that tore his Achilles last year and came back this year, they both need to go sit down. They both need to go sit down.
Kirk Cousins.
100%. They both need to go sit down before they get injured even worse. I watched some of those games this year with the New York Jets, especially early on. There were plays where he just didn't have it. And you see he just have it. And yeah, you can look at the numbers towards the end of the year. They weren't playing good teams towards the end of the season. And he was trying to save face as Aaron Rodgers does. Trying to build the stats up so it looks a little bit different than it did this year. So
Go play in Tennessee next year, Aaron Rodgers. Let Will Levis learn for a year under you.
38-30,
what?
they lost.
Learn how to play the wrong way? I'm just saying.
Colts beat Tennessee 38-30, by the way. Dolphins hang in there, 29-17. They eliminate the 49ers from the playoffs. And Dallas won last night by a couple, 26-24. Baker Mayfield threw. Should have been a couple more touchdowns. And the receiver let the defender out grab the ball from him, Bray. That's a no-no.
Yeah, Rashad
You
White.
don't let the defender come down with the ball.
Rashad White got manhandled, especially in a situation where you're trying to win. Like, you got all the chips on the line on this drive.
Happened twice.
Yeah, and it happened in crunch time. The last one happened in crunch time. So it was you don't like to see that. And you can see Baker, too. Baker was so confused. He was like what happened?
Yeah.
He did what? Oh, my God. Yeah,
Threw a perfect pass.
Man, I'm telling you, Baker, they might not make the playoffs now.
It's not in their hands, but Atlanta. You expect Atlanta to
Michael
win the next
Penix
2 games?
Jr.?
I don't know.
If Atlanta wins out, the next 2 games, they're in and Tampa's out.
Atlanta's got the Commanders at the Commanders, and then
hey, Michael
Carolina.
Penix looked good. He had 2 drops. The interception was a drop pick, so that wasn't his fault.
I didn't see any of the game.
Hey, he looked good. I saw some highlights. He looked damn good.
Josh Allen did not look good yesterday. And did you hear? He's been having, supposedly there's a break in his left hand, his non-throwing hand.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, he fell on his throwing hand. Late in the 4th quarter, he was seen shaking it up, and he might be hurting a lot more than we think he is. They barely beat the Pats.
It didn't matter.
24-21.
They weren't going to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs anyway, man. I am convinced it is the Chiefs and Lions on a collision course.
No doubt. All right, guys, one more break to go. We'll take it right now, and we'll come back and let you know who the Tigers missed out on again. But first, a message from us here at WSN. I don't hear you.
There we go. It is the post-game show. New Holland Brewing Company watch party with the heavyweights and the New Holland Brewing Company post-game show with Stick and Anson. And all of that is brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Local Long Drink, 1800 Tequila, Siroki's, and Sabbath Coffee. And y'all know what the watch party is about, man. All the WSN personalities converge on Hayes Social in Shelby Township, and we turn up, man. We have a good time. Give you the game in real time, everything going on there, and then you got to hit the post game with Stick and Anson, where they can be in a fight or they can be singing Kumbaya about a Lions win. You never know, but you always want to tune in on Detroit's #1 sports network, that is Woodward Sports. Take it away, Maria.
And then, have you heard of a long drink, the gin-based cocktail? We've got one right here in Michigan, made with all natural ingredients for better flavor. The Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Co. is shoulders above the rest. Made from New Holland small batch gin, 100% real grapefruit puree for a fresh and delicious flavor. Taller is your local long drink.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports.
Oh, that's right. I forgot, Tommy.
Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The holidays are here. Don't know where to get your friends and family? Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted for the Lions Super Bowl run. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. So make sure it's a happy holiday for you and the sports lover in your life. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Oh, yeah, everybody. Every Lions home game day, we are at the second best bar for the Lions pregame show, located at 42 Randy Watson Street in downtown Detroit, where you can enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey on every Lions home game while catching the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show, but only at the second best bar, where you can come get some. And also, the Salvation Army. When you give to the Salvation Army, your donation makes it possible to serve our community's most vulnerable 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The Salvation Army of Metro Detroit's 2024 Red Kettle Campaign Christmas campaign fundraising goal is $7 million. Your contributions will help provide love beyond Christmas to individuals in need of food, shelter, and compassion. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to donate.sagreatlakes.org to donate. Back to the show, boys.
All right, guys, welcome back. Final segment of the show. Woodward Sports Network, Ryan Amani, Braylon Edwards. Tom Masway had to get out of here a little bit early today. Had to
He left us.
protect that eye kid. Had to get out of here with a eye situation. Walker Buehler is a guy that Tom Masway has said, watch out. He's going to be a Detroit Tiger. He's going to be a Detroit Tiger.
Okay.
Walker Buehler, good pitcher for the L.A. Dodgers. Got the final out of the World Series this year, by the way. Walker Buehler is not a Detroit Tiger. He signed a one-year, $21 million deal with the Boston Red Sox. Paul Goldschmidt, a one-year, $12.5 million deal with the New York Yankees. I mean, it's just some teams are spending, some teams are not. I still have no idea which direction the Detroit Tigers are going, Bray.
It just seems like the teams that are spending are the teams that either won championships before, or also they're the teams that want to win a championship. They're the teams that they understand what baseball does for that community, for that city, and they want to get back to it. The Yankees, they want to win a World Series. The Boston Red Sox, they want to be back serious contention in this run, so that's why they're spending money. The Detroit Tigers just seem like they're a team that's kind of, we'll see what happens. Seems like that's been their attitude for a very long time, with the exception of a couple moves like maybe Baez that didn't necessarily work out. It just seems to be a wait-and-see mentality, or let's just let the development, the young talent develop itself, as you saw in the playoff run last year. So some people want it, and some people don't.
The Detroit Pistons, 12-17 on the year. They head to L.A. tonight to take on the Lakers. The Detroit Pistons, a half a game up on the Brooklyn Nets for the 10th spot in the Eastern Conference. So they are hanging in there. But my goodness, Braylon, what can you say about these games? Cade Cunningham, what is the Eastern Conference Player of the Week? Playing, but again, I cannot get into the Pistons just yet.
Yeah, I feel you, Ryan, but I'm starting to turn that corner, man, and I'll be going to some games once.
I can't get into the NBA. NBA is terrible.
Once this new season, once this new year breaks in January, I'll be going to the Warriors game, maybe one Steph's final game or so. So I'm excited to see that. But Cade Cunningham has been putting on a clinic, man. He dunked on what's his name to seal the game last week. Was it Bradley Beal? I want to say he jammed on KG, but you're just seeing him coming to his own. He's starting to understand the tutelage of JB Bickerstaff and his staff, pun intended. Guys like Jared Jack, they understand how to reach these athletes and talk to the players. So K's doing his thing, man. It's been fun to watch. He's not the most exciting player, but the results, when you look at him from afar, they are exciting.
The Detroit Red Wings play tonight at LCA.
I'll be there, baby.
The Red Wings are 8 points out of a playoff spot. I mean, if I would have told you that the Red Wings are 8 points out of a playoff spot and we're not even at Christmas yet, that's a pretty big hole to climb out of, Bray. But the Wings and Blues tonight from LCA, you will be there ringing the, what do they call it, blowing the horn or whatever?
Pause. Way to just take a bleep on my whole little event tonight. Just dog the Red Wings out before I'm going. Nah, but to your point, the run they had at the end of last year, the playoff chase, the games, we remember that chase all so well, and it was so much fun. And we thought they were going to build on the momentum of that energy. I mean, shoot, this was like this was meaningful hockey around the time of playoffs this past spring, if you will, and they almost made it. Thought they were going to do something. They haven't. they haven't gotten better. They've actually they've gotten worse. So you hope, but and I don't know I'm going down there, so I want to badmouth the Red Wings, so I got to keep it PG.
Yeah, keep it PG.
But some serious questions after the season will be asked, and I think that's the most fair way to say it, especially after All-Star break. If you're in the same predicament, some real questions need to be asked because you understand who represents this team and you understand what he's done for this team. But this is year 7, and at some point, or year 6, at some point, this has to start looking different. So I think the coach will be the big key. What does Stevie Y choose to do with the coach moving past this year? Because that's going to say a lot about what we think we'll see out of Stevie Y moving forward in the future, Steve, I think. Pete.
Michigan Wolverines won again yesterday. They beat Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne by 41 points.
Best front court in the country.
By 31 points. Number 24, Michigan. Now they have one more game next week against Western Kentucky, and then it is Big Ten play. They open up in California at USC and at UCLA in the new year, January 4th. Big Ten play. Dusty May's got these guys playing well.
Dusty May has his hands on the pulse right now. He's got his finger on the pulse. Best scoring front court in the country. Those 2 7-footers, they really get it done. Nice pick and pop with those guys. And also, man, they're so tall. When they roll to the lane, usually easy toss to those guys, a lot of alley-oops. So it's good to see because Michigan's program was in dire straits, a couple years, last season. And now it just seems like we might be going in the right direction. So basketball and football working well at the same time. When's the last time that's happened?
For what it's worth, Joe Lunardi has Michigan as a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament right now.
Okay, I'll take it.
Right?
100%. From not being in the tournament, I'll take it 6. But it seems as though they're going to get better and better as the Big Ten season starts and as it progresses. So 6 now, but don't be shocked if you're looking at a 4 seed, 3-4 seed later on.
No doubt about it. All right, guys. Bray, what do you got coming up over the next couple of days here?
It's a holiday season, man. So whichever way the family's dragging me is the way I'm going. I'm just on autopilot around this time.
It's so funny. We on autopilot. We had at Fox 2 this morning. We had Dr. Sabrina Jackson in as part of our Mental Health Monday series, and her topic today was
use some of that.
Yeah, her topic today was set boundaries this time of season, and because so many people, me included. You come from a split family. My parents are divorced, and it's just what it is.
Same, yeah.
So many people, and even if your parents aren't divorced, then you've got maybe your married family, or your girlfriend's family, your fiance's family, 100%. Your wife's family, your husband's family, whatever the case may be. You're trying to get to so many different places, and in doing so, you can't make anybody happy because if you go to a party on Christmas Eve, you're gonna get yelled at for leaving too early.
100%. And then getting there too late.
Then you're gonna get to the next house, and you got there too late. So you just have to make yourself happy this time of year.
Yeah, and it started Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving had to go to 3 different houses. Went to 3 different houses. Here we are. This week, Christmas party was on Friday. Went to the Christmas party. Sunday was dinner at my mom's house. We did that. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. PJ's at the crib at my mom's house. Christmas Day, her parents' house, and then her uncle's house, and my dad's house. So let's just say, after her birthday, January 8th, I'm taking a long winter slumber. Long winter slumber.
And then, all these gifts too. All these gifts, man. It's
Bah
like
humbug.
It's like that's why I like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving to me is the best.
The hug is the gift.
It's just food, family, and football.
Yeah.
Pete, what do you got coming up over the next couple of days? Mic's off, I think. Hold on. There you go.
I'll be doing a lot of work, unfortunately, guys. But I'll be Wednesday. I'll be with family and just kind of chilling and just doing basic stuff and getting ready for the 50th birthday on the 28th.
Look at that, 50.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
50 baby.
December 28th.
Yep.
No
Saturday.
kidding.
Yeah, Saturday birthday for the 50th. There you go. Beautiful,
How
right?
about it? KG, what do you got coming up over the next couple of days, buddy?
Nothing. Just relaxing, man. Just taking in the holiday season. So.
That's great, man.
Yep.
And Maria, you gonna have some fun family time over the next couple days?
Yeah, we're going to my grandma's for Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, so we'll be busy with that.
Awesome.
Grandma,
awesome. Well, we absolutely wish everybody out there a happy and safe holiday season. Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. We hope that you get some time and can absolutely enjoy your loved ones. It's a busy time. Like I always say, like, remember this. It is a busy time, but maybe at some point in your life it won't be as busy.
Yeah.
And you will remember and long for the
busy.
days that it was a lot busier.
That's true.
There's no doubt about that. So take them one game at a time.
Absolutely true, man. Absolutely.
Merry
true.
Christmas to you guys. Braylon and I are we are live tomorrow. Braylon and I aren't, but we are live tomorrow.
100%, man.
Yeah.
We gotta let the newbie get us out of here, man. We gotta let Maria send it out.
What do you? Terry and Anson tomorrow will be in.
Anson's in, oh yeah.
Terry Foster and Anson Wells will have a great show for you guys tomorrow. And again, we cannot thank all of you enough for participating and being part of the Woodward Sports family, the Woodward Sports Network. So again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon. Maria, would you like to get us out of here today?
What do I say?